Hi, I am Dave. This is my first attempt at a video on the very creatively named and alliterative DIY with Dave D YouTube channel. We're gonna start by my first project that I record is going to be called Chateau de Fluffy. Fluffy is my niece's guinea pig, and he's awesome and I love him, and I think he needs an outdoor hutch so that in the warmer months he can graze in the grass and do his guinea pig things, and all the other guinea pigs are going to be jealous of him. And I guess we're going to start by cutting some acrylic sheets, or an acrylic sheet. The bottom, I don't know, 1.5-ish is going to be wood and acrylic, plexiglass, so that he can see out, we can see in, and predators can't get in, and all that jazz. Never cut acrylic before, so we're just going to hope that I do not shatter it. Okay, next step, I'm going to rip some 2x6s in half. Interesting story. I do most of my woodworking in this very expansive workshop, i.e. my driveway, and so people see what I do, and a neighbor saw that, well, I believe I was building Adirondack chairs at the time, and said he was moving and he had a bunch of 2x6s in his shed. So at the time, would cost not as much as gold, and if you're seeing this years from now, 2020 was an interesting year for wood price, and 2021. Anyway, so free wood, and I'm going to be using it here. Let's get started. We have, see this stamp, it says KDHT, and it's got SPF. The KD means kiln dried, and the SPF means spruce pine fir, and that means that if Fluffy decides to eat his enclosure, he won't get sick. Now, he'd get sick if this was cedar, but this is spruce pine fir, and it's kiln dried, so it is guinea pig safe. And I ordered a finish for the whole thing that is also pet safe, so I am being mindful that that he be safe in his habitat using pet safe materials. Okay, I'm going to start by cutting the 2x6s. There are going to be 8 of them, about a foot. I'll trim them later, but I'll start with just about a foot. Now 4 of those 8 need to be trimmed down to 4 inches wide. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, because the acrylic sheet was very large, it was difficult to control on the table saw. So there's some irregularities in the cut. I'm going to rip the sheets down to about 11.5 inches. That way everything's square and even and can work with it. And put in the 200 tooth plywood blade in the table saw, and let's do this. So, to give you guys a rough idea of what's going on, nothing here is attached and things need to be trimmed and need to cut the slot, but basically this is going to be the corner, and there's a spacer here, a spacer here, a spacer here. These are going to be load bearing, these are not. But as you can see, basically it's a giant window, and that's one of the side ones. Got to make another side one, front one, and a back one. Okay, so put my 24 tooth blade back in my saw. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a notch in which the plexiglass is going to slide. The notch will be 1/2 inch deep. The plexiglass will go 3/8 inch into each slot, which will leave 1/8 to 1/4 movement area in between, in case expansion or contraction or stress or whatever reason that the pressure does not go onto the plexiglass, and the wood stays in its shape and the plexiglass does not snap, because that was a pricey piece of plexiglass and I do not want to break it. Okay, these aren't lined up or cut to length properly or anything like that, but just to give you a general idea of what's going to happen. As you can see, we have the plexiglass and these little slots where it's all cozy and secure. And plenty more of these to make, but got a proof of concept, I guess. Now we have an extremely professional setup right here. We got a roller sitting on top of a step stool. Then my little drill press on my plastic folding bench. Start, I'm going to cut these guys to about 4 feet. This part notched out 1 inch, and this 1/2 inch. So 1 inch, notch out 1/2 inch. I don't really have written plans in case you couldn't tell. kind of winging it, have an idea in my head. Okay, so now I got these notched out. So these are going to be vertical posts, and they're going to be sitting on the lip of the base, this part, and then this part right here is going to be supporting the main villa. And the corners, I'm going to join these two together into a corner piece. And that's going to be the the two left side posts are going to be like this. And then the forward posts that hold up the main villa are going to be here. Okay, so now cut the 45-degree bevel on these. Now, the idea is that this forms a corner, and then this, well, obviously they're going to be joined up, but this is what the main villa is going to sit on. And this is going to straddle the corner of the base. Now we're going to try and glue these and hope for the best. Right two pillars I'm going to cut. They're going to be 46 inches high. They're going to have a 15 and 3/4 inch long, 1 inch deep cut for the base, and then they're going to have 2.5 inch cuts. Take these corner posts down to 3 inches by 3 inches. The notch is going to be cut to accommodate, but essentially and this is going to go it's going to go down a 1/2 inch so that this whole thing is flush. And yeah, see, it's flush at the bottom, sits on there. That way the load of the roof is going to be on, basically on top of this and the 4-inch wide board below it, providing maximum support. And the base of his chateau, or his villa, his villa will sit on this Okay, I am going to again round over the outer corner, take off some parts where the pin is too close to the corner, and I'm going to also round over this inner piece right here. He should have access to. He's a pretty good climber for a pig, but they don't really jump much. Maybe I have to clear 15 inches to get to it. But I'm going to round it over anyway. Like I said, round over the outside. Round over a couple parts of those. Make everything a little neater. Okay, on this chilly and windy day, taking down these half-inch, the last inch and a half to accommodate part of the posts. I'll be using a router to scrape that I already kind of cut a line with the handsaw. See if I can make this make sense. Okay. You see how this imperfect joint here. Anyway, this sits here, so that this is flush, and then the intersecting piece comes up. It's a snugger joint than it looks like, but because having to hold it at the corner is not so great. Anyway, the intersecting piece goes in here, and then when that's all together, I glue it and I put screws all in, and it is basically a single column that is just made up of multiple pieces of wood glued and screwed together. That may or may not make sense, but that's the plan. Fun fact, the other day, a friend of mine said that I'd be a good architect. I said, because I can design a guinea pig hutch. Yeah, I don't know if this is the same as a skyscraper. Thank you for reaching the end of part 1. This is Dave D from the DIY with Dave D YouTube channel. Part 2 will include the front and rear of the base. I will then take those parts to my sister's house for final assembly. The guinea pig in question belongs to my nieces, and I'm building it in parts at my house and then taking it there for final assembly.